رحمن رحمن ساعدني يا رحمن اشرح صدري قرآن املأ قلبي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد. With the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, today inshallah we are going to talk about a great sahaba of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a great companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is one of the 10 sahabas nominated to be going to Jannah while they are alive. They're going to paradise. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam nominated 10 of them. One of them is this great sahaba, and is the uncle of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with which he used to show off. He used to tell people, "This is my uncle, show me yours." The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to be very, very happy with him, and is one of the first few sahabas who quickly joined Islam, and he was very brave. When he joined Islam, this great sahaba, his mother had the news that his son has joined Islam, and he was very, very angry, and she was very angry, and she was very sad of the news that his son has left the religion of his great grandfathers and he's joined this new religion. And he said, "Oh my mom, I did become a Muslim and I'm a full believer." And then he started inviting his mother into Islam. Then the mother got so angry, she sat out in the sun and she said, "I would never ever eat or drink until I die. I'll hunger strike until I die, or until you leave your religion." And he was very, very pious person, this great sahaba. He used to be very obedient to his parent. Then this great sahaba of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whose name is known as Sad Bin Abi Waqas radiyallahu anhu min al-asharat al-mubashirin bil-jannah, amongst the 10 who have been nominated to be going to Jannah. Then he said, one day, he said, this great sahaba, that he was in two choices. A choice to choose his mom, or to choose his maker, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then this great sahaba, he knew that he was on the right path, and he came to the mother and he said, "Oh my mother, I swear to my God, if you had 100 souls, and if you were to die one after the other was to leave your body, until the last one, I would never ever leave this deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the great religion of Islam. I would never look back and go to the dark days of where people used to kill their daughters and to commit all the sins." Said, "I'm never going back to the old dark days." He said to his mother, "If you choose to eat, eat. If you choose to drink, drink. You're better off doing that. Otherwise, you can forget me going back to that religion, the old religion." And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed an ayah in the Quran supporting his stance of the stance of this great sahaba. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِن جَاهَدَاكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ بِي مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٌ فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. If your parents were to fight you or force you to commit shirk, to associate partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, something that you have no knowledge of, something that it is wrong, and you know that it is wrong, فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا, do not obey them. وَصَاحِبْهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا, be friend with them and do good to them This is what Islam teaches us. Even if your mother is not a Muslim, it does not matter. Show them the good characters of Islam, the good manners. Live with them in the best way. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. Do not obey them if they try to mislead you, because لَا طَاعَةَ لِمَخْلُوقٍ. You do not obey the creation in disobeying the Creator. You do not disobey Allah in obeying the creation of Allah, another human being. But this great Sahaba was ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and any human being who's got a parent, who's got a different religion, you shouldn't hate them. You should always pray for them. Pray to Allah that to guide them the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided you. Do good to them. Be obedient. Never do any bad to them. This great Sahaba of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sayyidna Sad Bin Abi Waqas, he was one of the very poor Sahabas in Mecca. He used to sit with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam along with Sayyidina Bilal, Sayyidina Ammar bin Yasir, and all other great Sahabas, Mus'ab bin Umair. They used to surround the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and sit around the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Once then, those leaders of the non-believers, when they used to come to the Prophet ﷺ, once they came to the Prophet ﷺ, they said to him, do you want us to sit next to you and listen to you? The Prophet ﷺ was so happy, he said yes. He said, but our condition is, you must get rid of these poor people around you. They've given the Prophet ﷺ the condition of getting rid of these poor people and weak people. He said, if you get rid of them, we will sit with you. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in support of these great Sahabas who were poor, who surrounded the Prophet ﷺ, who were around the Prophet ﷺ, supporting the Prophet ﷺ in every way, although they did not have means financially or with strength, but they loved the Prophet ﷺ, they were ready for anything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet ﷺ, وَلَا تَطْرُدِ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُمْ بِالْغَدَاةِ وَالْعَشِيِّ. Do not get rid of those who are praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mornings and evenings. يُرِيدُونَ وَجْهَهُ. They're doing all this to seek the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. مَا عَلَيْكَ مِنْ حِسَابِهِمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. You will not be held accountable for what they do. وَمَا مِنْ حِسَابِكَ عَلَيْهِمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. What you do, they will not be accountable. فَتَطْرُدَهُمْ. For you to go and get rid of them, so that in a hope of those leaders of the non-believers to come and sit with you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you do that, فَتَكُونَ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. You will become one of the losers. And the Prophet ﷺ has never done that. Sayyidina Sad Bin Abi Waqas, in the battle of Uhud, the second battle of Islam, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said to other Sahabas, he said, give me all your arrows. He said, give me all your arrows. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has blessed Sayyidina Sa'd. He said, oh Sa'd, throw them. Fidaka abi wa ummi. Ransom is my mom and my dad and mom to you. And he's never said that to anyone else. And he was so good in throwing the arrows. At the time of Sayyidina Umar, when Sayyidina Umar was leading, he has given him a responsibility and he has made him the leader of the army. One of the days, a person came to complain about Sayyidina Sa'd. He came to Sayyidina Umar. He said, the leader that you sent to us, he's causing us so much problem. And Sayyidina Sa'd, one of the best blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him is that he is known as Mustajabud Da'wah. His dua is accepted. Whenever he makes dua, his dua is accepted. MashaAllah, he was most of the time spending his time fasting during the days, spending his nights worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then when Sayyidina Umar has received the complaint that Sayyidina Sa'd bin Abi Waqas, people are complaining about him, He has made a journey to Iraq, where he sent him to lead the army and others, and he started going to all the mosques to ask about Sayyidina Sad Bin Abi Waqas, about his character, how he's dealing with people, how he's leading them. People were saying all beautiful things about him, mashallah, until he came to one of the mosques and he met one person. He said, "Oh Umar, if you're asking us about Sa'd, one of the things that he does, he never goes with the army when they go. And when he divides things, he never does it justly. He would never give things in the right way. And also when he is made to judge between people, he always does a wrong judgment. He's never just in his judgment." Sad bin Abi Waqas, this great Sahaba of the Prophet ﷺ, and this person is accusing him of these great sins. And Sayyidina Sa'ad bin Abi Waqas, he said, "Is it me really that I am not just? And when I divide things between people, that I do it unjustly?" Sayyidina Sa'ad bin Abi Waqas, known as Mustajab al-Da'wa, that his dua is accepted, he has raised his hand out of sadness for what he was accused by this person. He has raised his hands to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, "Oh, Ya Allah, if this slave of yours, if he is lying, Ya Allah, give him a long life. Give him a life of poor life, where he would not have anything. Ya Allah, also embarrass him. Cause him to do something that will embarrass him." Sayyidina Sa'ad, he was known as Mustajab al-Da'wa. And then one person was saying, after a very long time, I've seen that person became so old. He was so old and also very, very poor. And he was begging everybody who was passing by, and he was holding a stick, walking, and every time young girls used to pass by, he used to try and touch them. He used to try and touch young girls. An old man, he used to chase small and young girls, which was causing him an embarrassment. And when people asked him, so this great Sahaba of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sayyidina Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, he was one of the great leaders to lead big armies which have overtaken the biggest governments of that time, the biggest nations of that time, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him with so much. And also when he was an old person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tested him with taking his eyesight. He was blind, but he was known as Mustajab al-Da'wa. The way we said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts his dua. Whenever he makes dua, is accepted straight away. Then once a child came to Sayyidina Sa'ad, he came to him, he said, "Oh Sa'ad, you are known to be Mustajab al-Da'wa, and a lot of people come to you for you to pray for them, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts your prayer. Therefore, you are an old man. Why don't you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to return your eyes?" Sayyidina Sa'ad started laughing, and he looked at him. He said, "Oh my son, I am very, very pleased with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decided for me." And also he said, "The decision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more beloved to me than my eyes." He said, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised those people who are tested with both of the eyesight with Jannah. Therefore, he said, "I will be patient, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless me with Jannah." That is a great Sahaba of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the uncle of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has worked hard to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and is received his certificate in this dunya, that is one of the people who is going to Jannah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed so many nations because of Sayyidina Sad Bin Abi Waqas. May Allah bless us and join us with him inshallah on the day of judgment. Inshallah we'll finish here with these great Sahaba and we'll continue with our lectures. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.